Well, hello YouTubers and amateur astronomers everywhere. We're back in Wyoming at our Wyoming ranch, back at my Ocean Lake Observatory. We're out here for a week or so, do some maintenance and just have a little fun. Unfortunately, it's fire season again, so just like when I was out here in September, the skies are all murky. You can't see the mountains. It's nasty. I don't know if we'll get much astronomy done, unfortunately. But we'll give it a shot tonight. Last year I posted a video right after we bought this place about me getting the observatory up and running again. I'll put a link to that up in the upper right hand corner. The roll-off roof up there didn't want to roll off, but I fixed that, so that works. So what we're going to do out here today, or at least get started on today, maybe we'll finish it, maybe not, is we're going to put some paint on this thing. The observatory is in two halves. There's a steel shed building over here, and then there's a wooden addition over here. Well, the steel part looks pretty good, but the wood part, I would guess, has not had a lick of paint on it in at least 10 years. And it's looking pretty sorry. Yeah, there were some areas up top on the roll-off roof area that I don't think were ever painted. And they're really starting to look the worse for wear after who knows how many winters out here, unpainted, exposed to the weather. So I'm going to try and get some paint on that too, just to protect it, so this thing doesn't fall apart in the next couple of years. Well, I thought I'd give you just a quick look inside the observatory before I get started with the painting. So when we bought this place, it came with this wonderful 14-inch Schmidt-Cassegrain telescope in here. It's a Celestron. And I have it set up. I was trying to do some astrophotography the other night, but high winds and clouds eventually shut me down. I mean, even with this roll-off roof observatory, when the wind gets blowing here in Wyoming, you know, it'll shake this telescope even down here in the observatory. Here's the winch up here that's used for rolling the roof back and forth. Although I have the roof going so smoothly now that I really don't need the winch. I can just push it open and closed when I want to open and close it. It's got 4 hold downs at the corners to hold it down against the wind again. It's a really nice setup. It's a little cramped in here, but you know, for one person, it's pretty good. When you're running a bunch of people through here to look through the eyepiece, it's a little bit cramped. Got some storage cabinets over there, which is nice. And a long bench over here, which is a little cluttered right now, sorry. And yeah, it's a nice little setup. And then I'll show you next door. The other half of the building is called the warming room. So they call this the warming room. Just a little room where you can have a heater and you can come next door. Got a lot of storage in here. Got my 10-inch Dobsonian stored over here too. Quick and easy to set up outside, show people stuff. Got a little desk in here. Just a wonderful little addition to the observatory to have this room too. So anyway, I'll go back outside and get started painting this thing. So I'm going to put some paint on it. Try and protect it from the Wyoming winters and the harsh sun in the summertime. First thing I need to do is take the lovely Ocean Lake Observatory sign down. Don't want to paint over it. Well, actually, the first thing I had to do was kill 3 huge wasp nests on this thing that have grown up since we were out here in May. Oh my God. It is like September 2nd. And since then, I don't know if it's showing up there, but there are 3 wasp nests on this thing, at least that size. Hundreds of wasps. So I sprayed them when we got here yesterday, and they're mostly dead now. So we can get to work. My wife's pretty allergic to wasp and bee stings, so me not so much. They're just annoying. So I came out here and killed them all, and we're gonna get started painting. And I'll show you what it looks like once we get some paint on it. Well, this is going pretty quick. I've still got a lot of brush work to do, but the rolling's going pretty quick. I've got everything rolled on this side that I can, and part of the around the corner there. I think I'm going to get the brushes out and start brushing in the areas I couldn't roll. I'll tell you what, this is some dry and thirsty wood. It's soaking the paint right in. It's going to need a couple coats to get it good and sealed. So this might be a multi-day project. I've got to put a couple coats on it. My lovely wife has joined me. She finished a painting project she was working on in the guest house, and she's come over to help me with the observatory. So all 3 walls of this extension have been rolled. There's some brushwork that needs to be done in places, especially up top. This side of the building really takes the brunt of the weather, and the wood over here is in pretty bad shape. It'll probably need to be replaced in a few years, but hopefully with some paint we can get a few more years out of it. So this building was not built north, south, east, west like you would normally do for an observatory. I think that the metal building was here first, probably as a storage building. And nobody thought about orienting it to be an observatory. So when the previous owner decided to make it into an observatory and put on the addition, so this side kind of faces southwest. This side kind of faces northeast. It's a very weird layout. The north line is kind of right in this corner of the building, which is kind of odd when you're polar aligning your telescope. But hey, it works. So I think after lunch, I'm going to start rolling a second coat on. And then the building will be much better protected than it was when we got here. Anyway, it's early September, but winter comes early in Wyoming, so it won't be much longer. We'll see freezing weather and snow again. Now, eventually, I'd like to have contrasting colors around the door frames and the window frames, but if we don't get that done on this trip, it's not a big deal. Low priority. I just want to get some paint on the building. Then after I get a second coat on the walls, I'll head up and start doing, well, for lack of a better word, the superstructure up top. Oh, and this over here, in case you're wondering, this is our Bloom Sky weather station. It tells us the temperature, humidity, and it has a little camera up there for cloud cover and whatnot. So, very nice. Okay, we're going to break for lunch and then get back to work. All right, all the walls have 2 coats. There's a lot of brushwork that still needs to be done, especially up near the top. But it's all got 2 coats, but we're calling it for 2 reasons. Number 1, yeah, we got a storm coming in. It's about to start raining. We want what we got on the walls to dry before the rain starts so it doesn't wash right off. And secondly, we both cleverly started this project without sunscreen on. And it's now mid-afternoon and we're both pretty toasted, so we needed to get out of the sun anyway. But it's going good. It's going really good. We got some plans for tomorrow, but maybe the next day we can get back out here and do some more painting. Well, we're getting there. It's another day. Yesterday was a pretty busy day. I did manage to do a little bit of painting up high. Most of the stuff down low has 2 coats of paint on it. There's some areas up top that need brushwork. There is a lot of unpainted wood up on the roof of this thing. You know, we bought this place from the widow of the fellow who built this observatory. I'm not sure he ever actually fully finished it. There's a lot of unpainted wood up on the top that's been exposed to the weather for years. So I'm going to concentrate on getting some paint on that wood up top. And my wife, when she's not too busy later, may come out and help with doing some of the brushwork down lower. So We're only here for a few more days, but hopefully we get at least one coat of paint on all the exposed wood. That's kind of my goal. And then when we're out here again in the spring, maybe get some more paint on it. This building's just got to hold together until, for a few more years until we're retired and can be out here for long periods of time, and then we can do some proper maintenance on it. Okay, let me get to work. Okay, it's little afternoon, and I think we got about as much painted as we can get painted out here. I spent a long time up on the roof this morning before it got really hot and painted a lot of the exposed wood. The wood that's exposed directly to the weather anyway. Stuff that's deep under overhangs I didn't bother with, but stuff that gets exposed to the weather, I painted it. Put sign back up. Welcome to Ocean Lake Observatory. That's nice. I wanted the place to look good because we have friends coming over tonight who haven't seen the ranch yet. And they wanted to get the grand tour of the ranch, and I thought I'd bring them out to the observatory this evening and show them a few of the wonders of the universe. Saturn and Jupiter are very well placed right after dark. So, thought I'd show them that. There is a little bit of unpainted area over here on this side. The wasps just aren't getting the memo, that they don't live here anymore. And when I nuked the nests on this thing, and there was a really huge nest up under here, well, there must have been a lot of wasps out foraging. There were probably hundreds of wasps in this nest. And they keep coming back, and the wood over here is just soaked with wasp killer. So I don't think paint will stick to it anyway. Plus the wasps are really active in this area now that it's warmed up. So yeah, there they are. They're just not getting the idea that they don't live here anymore. And I keep spraying more wasp spray around and kill the ones that have landed up there, but more keep coming. And, my wife's really allergic to these things, and I don't particularly like getting stung by them either, so giving them a little bit of a wide berth, Gonna leave that for now. We're here for a few more days before we have to leave, so maybe I can get some paint on that, maybe tomorrow morning or next day before it gets hot, the wasps get active. We'll see. And around this side, this is finally all painted. Looking reasonably good. Neither of us are professional painters, but hey, at least we got some paint on this dry and thirsty wood. This building, I think I said it earlier, this building needs to hold together for a few more years until we're retired and can spend months at a time out here and actually get some use out of this observatory and do proper maintenance on it. But we can't have it falling apart before then. So anyway, should be an interesting evening. Give the folks visiting a tour of the universe, and then once they leave, maybe I'll reconfigure the scope for astrophotography and try and get some pictures. Get anything good, I'll post them at the end of this video. Anyway, that's the painting of the Ocean Lake Observatory. Thanks for watching. Give the video a like, give it a thumbs up, and subscribe to see future videos, and press the little bell icon that YouTube makes you press to be notified when new videos come out. And thanks again for watching. See you next time. Bye.